You know, I've got to say, one thing that really bothers me in manga sometimes is the cookie cutter characters. Now, sometimes in manga, you get these characters that basically are only there to be the cardboard cutout of every single like series or character that came before it. You have your tsundere, or you have your the shy character, or you have the outgoing, bubbly, energetic character, and it all just seems to follow the same mold. And that is one of the reasons why I found Horimiya to be a incredibly good breath of fresh air. And so I have had this series actually recommended to me a few times by a few people, and I wanted to get it, but it wasn't really on my priority list, so I really wasn't paying that much attention to it. But I believe it went on sale on the Barnes & Noble Manga Monday for 50% off. So I went ahead and bought the first volume, and I am so glad I did, because I really, really enjoyed this volume. So Horimiya takes place in this normal high school setting, high school world, blah, blah, blah. So two high school age characters are our two main characters. Hori is which is a rather unfortunate name, but maybe I'm just pronouncing it wrong. But so she is I guess you're sort of generic popular girl. She sort of fits in. Other girls seem to like her. She seems sort of popular. But she kind of is rather reserved because she knows that she's not really who she acts like at school. It's funny because if I had to draw a parallel to this series to another series, Love at 14 has some very similar tones in the two series. And so Hori is basically her parents. Her parents work a lot, and so she ends up taking care of her little brother a lot. She almost is like a mother figure. She buys the food, she cooks the food, she takes care of her brother, so she doesn't really have time to hang out with her friends or her supposed friends or anything like that at school or after school and stuff like that. So her friends kind of don't see the true side of what she's actually like. And so in steps our second main character. So Miyamura looks like, and that's very important here, your typical sort of otaku guy that doesn't really have any friends, doesn't really talk to anybody. He's got longer hair and glasses. He dresses kind of, he wears heavier clothes. He seems kind of reserved and plain in the background. And so Hori doesn't really know him. Her friends kind of think he's a little odd. He's into the moe anime and stuff like that. He's probably some massive otaku. And so one day a guy shows up at a Hori's door, and he's actually with her little brother who's fallen down, tripped, and has a little nosebleed. And there's this guy with long black hair, and he's got piercings and a little chain piercing. It's crazy. It looks like a bit goth, a little darker. Seems like a nice guy, so she invites him in to thank him. And the guy knows her name, and lo and behold, it is actually Miyamura, who looks completely different than what he actually usually looks like at school. So you find out, is also kind of leading this double life. He has a whole bunch of ear piercings, a lip piercing. You find out he's got tattoos. He's still a really cool guy. But so you kind of have these two characters that kind of tried to hide what they're really like, because everyone's got a side of them, which is sort of a theme of this book, that they don't want other people to see. And so they start off with this unlikely friendship and alliance, and they start to hang out, they start to get to know each other. And one thing I love about the series is that the comedy in the series is really good. I really like the slice of life comedy, and the interactions you get between the two characters is really good. And what you start to get in the series is that them slowly opening up to each other, and then maybe even slowly opening up to other people as well, as maybe some other people and other friends kind of learn these secrets, because you get another guy character and one of Hori's friends that kind of also get thrown into the mix here and start to maybe learn a little bit. And so it's kind of about coming out of your shell and learning to let other people accept you for who you really are, and being nervous about what other people will think when they see the sides to you that maybe aren't as flattering as maybe the fake side you sometimes present. And so I really love this volume. I actually really want to read more of it. The characters and the art is great. The art lends itself to a really good comedy in the series. Character interaction, and just, I mean, with the facial expressions, it tells a lot with a manga where, you know, it can do a lot with even something that isn't like necessarily like super hilarious, but it conveys a lot just with the drawing, expressions, and all that kind of thing. So I really like this volume. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I really can't wait to read more. Because when I just thought about that Love at 14 comparison, it is sort of somewhat similar. I mean, it is. It's funny because it's actually very similar. The more I think about it, this here, like, because it's really similar. You kind of have the two characters that kind of hide what they're really like. They don't pretend as much at school. I guess they kind of do because Miyamura is like totally nothing. Like, people don't recognize him when they see him when he's in his piercings and all that kind of thing. So really cool. Love this volume. I can't wait to read more of it. I really enjoyed it so far. So anyway, guys, this is available right now for Anime Pass. If you would like to go pick it up, please leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and I would always love to see your comments, guys, and recommendations of volumes you'd like me to look at, or just comments in general on what you thought of this volume if you've read it as well. But anyway, guys, I've been Fiddle Fair, and I'll see you back on the prowl next time.